You were busy carrying bags of seeds and flowers from the truck to the small flower shop. You wore a brown romper outfit, a white shirt under it, a brown printed scarf tied in your black hair, and white joggers. As you turned to grab another bag, the truck owner, Mrs. Kim, called out to you. Hey Vine, where's my payment? Wait a minute, can't you see I'm carrying these bags? I don't have time. Hurry up, you don't have time. You're not helping me. I'm doing all the work here. My job was to deliver these, not to carry them for you. You walked to the counter, took the payment, and handed it to him. Here you go. After finishing the task, you turned towards the garden area and saw Annabi helping your brother Jungkook plant seeds in the yard. You smiled and walked over to them. Having fun, Jungkook? You asked, ruffling his hair. Ryan, you came? See, I'm helping Annabi. I'm so happy to be doing this. That's great, little brother. Annabi, where's Jimin? In his studio, as always. He's working on a new art piece. I'm sure he'll love to show it to you, Ryan. You nodded and walked towards the room apart from the shop, where you found Jimin creating an art piece with mud. Your twin brothers, Jungkook and Jimin, are blind, just like your mother, who passed away during childbirth. As their older sister, you feel grateful to have sight, maybe due to your father's genes. You believe you were blessed with eyes to support your brothers. You are 20 and they both are 18. You walk inside the room and saw Jimin making the art and his hands were covered with the mud. You called him and he realized your presence. Jim? Yeah, another art? It will complete soon. Saying that, he again started focusing on his work. You sat there looking at him deeply. Jimin is an introverted person, always stays indoors, and loves to make clay art. He is mature and understands you the most, but Jungkook is childish, even though they both are twins but still different. Jungkook likes to go out, but you are scared to let him go because of the society and your father. Your father is a drinker and always wants just money from you. You gave him money every month and didn't let him come close to your brothers. Annabi is a middle-aged woman who must be 40 plus, who gave you shelter when you ran away from your father. She loves you all as a mother and she is the owner of that flower shop. Jimin is such a sensitive boy and the most beautiful boy. His beauty is not less than any girl, a natural beauty without any touch of makeup. You are scared if someone takes any advantage of their innocence and blindness. You just want them safe. The doctor said they both can recover by surgery, but the amount of surgery is so much and you can't afford it. You were sitting on the counter using phone when Annabi came with Jungkook behind him. I got an order for flowers, so I'm going to deliver them and Jungkook is coming with me. But you have trust on me, right? You looked at Jungkook who was standing behind Annabi, heads down. Fine, don't bother Annabi, okay? Jungkook smiled brightly and went with Annabi. You were looking out thinking something deeply. Whenever the new month started, your father came for money. But this month he didn't came yet. Suddenly a car stopped in front of your shop and few men came inside. Black outfits looking like gangsters. Where is Kam Jaksuk? Why? He took money from us and said to take it back on Friday from here. You sad to realize your father again took that and make you in trouble. Therefore he didn't came this month. How much? 100 million won. What? I don't have this much amount. You literally shouted and hearing your voice. Jimin came there too. Just hearing some voices but not seeing anything. That's not our problem. Give us money, otherwise. He stopped and looked at Jimin. We will take him with us. He said and smiled. You quickly came in front of Jimin, hiding him behind yourself. Don't you dare to look at him. I will arrange the money. For now, I need some time. Fine. We will come next Friday. You have only 1 week. Saying that, first man walked out with other men. The second man stopped and looked at you. Otherwise, forget your beautiful brother. You tighten your grip on Jimin's hand. Jimin body shivered to hear the words. He went out and you immediately turned to Jimin and hugged him. Nothing will happen. I will not let them come near to you. But how you will arrange this much money? I will do something. The days start passing and you didn't tell anything to Jungkook nor Anabi. You were doing everything to arrange money, but it's too much. The week passed and you don't have enough money to give them. You are saying that you don't have 100 million won? Yeah, that's gay. Take her brother. He said to his men, but you immediately come in front of them. Don't you dare to touch him. I warned you already. No, where is he? Go find him. 4 men went inside and you didn't able to stop him. You dragged Jimin, Jungkook and Anabi out. Went to walk towards Jimin. Hi! Jimin didn't say anything and you held him and come in front of the man. We found another boy and this lady. What's going on, Ryan? Ryan, I'm scared. Please let them go. I will go with you. Enough. King Ward's scheme subdues kids. Take these 3 in the car. Saying that, he went inside the car and his men started dragging you 3 in the car. Anabi tried to stop them, but no use. They left Anabi there. Sitting in the car, you were so scared. What will happen with you all? Jungkook was hugging you and crying silently. Jimin was emotionless. Soon the car stopped in front of the grand mansion and you 3 headed inside with the men. Sit here, King is coming. You sit there at living room with your brothers. You looked around only to find guards with guns and some maids working there. You heard footsteps from behind, but you didn't turn. Soon a deep voice hit your ears, sending shivers down your spine. The person came in front of you and your eyes met with him. A dark deep eyes, bright skin and black long hair falling down till his shoulders like waterfall. He sat on another couch in front of like a king, spreading his arms on armrest and his one leg on the other leg. Sugar King, the 3 are Kim Sub-Jun kids. Where's my money? I don't have. And why? My father took money, not me. We don't have any link from our father. But you gave him money every month. Because I don't want he come close to my brothers. That's it. Yoongi looked at Jimin and Jacob and said, Okay then, if I sell them, I will have enough money and your debt will be clear. You looked at him with wide eyes and shook your head. No, don't touch them. But a man came to you and held Jungkook's arm and Jungkook sobbed loudly in fear. But you punched that man who fell on the floor. I said, don't touch them. You groaned darkly, staring that man deeply. You turned to Yoongi back. I will do anything you will say, but don't drag my brothers in. Fine then. I have good work for you, dear. Yoongi smirked and stood up, taking steps toward you. You walked back. You have some type of ability which I want. Work for me and I swear your brother will be safe. Jungkook was sleeping on the bed and Jimin was sitting beside him. You entered in the room and saw Jimin there. You all are staying at Min Mansion. You didn't sleep? What he wants? He's giving some type of job. Which job? You no need to worry, Jim. I will handle. Why I don't need to worry? You are my sister. I also have responsibility to take care of you even I'm blind. But I still worry for. You can't do anything like that. It's not any type of job. I will take training and work for him. He is Mafia. Does it mean you will join the Mafia? You didn't say anything and stay silent. Jimmy sighed and walked towards the other side of the bed while tracing the way. He slept there beside Jungkook. Days start passing. As Yoongi said, you really have ability and you trained well. You start working for him, but your over smartness, intelligence take you further. Your skill was so cool. Soon you made your own personality. People know Yoongi as a king of Mafia, and they also start calling you the queen of Mafia, Scargiver. They give you a name, Scargiver. Yoongi and you start liking each other, but not realizing it's just attraction or love. About your brothers, Jungkook was happy. Doctor said soon they will do their surgeries and they will able to see. But Jimin, he was going away from you. Yoongi was sitting on the couch and a man was sitting on the floor covered with blood. Now tell me where this USB is, otherwise you will be dead. I don't know. Don't lie. Where's mine? She said she will be there within a few minutes. Yoongi nodded and again looked at that man. It's better for you to speak up. Beat him more. Alex ordered and a guard came and punched him, making that man vomit blood. Stop it. They all turned and saw you there in a black outfit, long ponytail and long boots. You walked to them and took off your gun, pointing towards that man. So, Parker, oh, you recognize me? Now tell me, where is that USB? I don't know. Make him sit on the chair. The guard nodded and pulled that man, made him sit on the chair. You put one foot on the chair, leaning near him. You pulled a sharp hairpin from your hair and harshly pushed it in his leg. He screamed in pain. You moved that pin, moving him more scream in pain. So, you asked, but that man was not able to speak, and you shot him, and his lifeless body fell down, making Alex panicked. What did you do? Are you mad? He's the only person who knows about USB. Don't you dare to shout at her. Yoongi groaned while glaring at Alex, making him gulp. You pull out the USB from your jacket pocket and look at him. Now, I'm the only person who knows where's the USB. Yoongi is smart. He knows you will definitely find it. Therefore, he didn't react when you killed that man. You walk into the house and Jeff excitedly hugged you. Why not? You know what the doctor said? He said we can get our eyes back, and they gave us a surgery date. You chuckled and hugged him back. I'm so happy. I can see the world. I can see you and Jimin too. Yeah, you can see us. Did you eat your dinner? Yeah, I did, but Jimin didn't. Why? Where is he? In his room. Jimna, why didn't you do your dinner? I'm not hungry. Why are you doing this? Aren't you happy you will get your eyes back? I don't want to. I don't want anything from your money. Why? What's wrong with my money? I'm earning for you too. You said to earn for us and doing mafia work. I don't want a single one from your dirty job. If you're doing all this for us, then I should have died the day I was born. Jimin! You shouted and Jimin turned his side laying on the bed. Anabi, take Jungkook to his room. You said to Anabi, who was standing beside Jungkook, and Jungkook was feeling so upset. You sighed and walked out of the room. The next day, you were sitting in the meeting room beside Yoongi, dealing with some other mafia members. Your cold nature and dark aura, along with Yoongi's, made everyone shiver. You had become totally changed after this job, and everyone was amazed by your skill. You were smart, intelligent, and had amazing fighting skills. So it's done, Sugar? I like that idea, so it's final. You nod, but before you could speak, your phone buzzed. It was Anabi. You reject the call, but the phone continued buzzing. You excuse yourself and answer the call. Hello, Anabi, huffing and worried. Why come home? Hurry up. What happened? You heard Jungkook's crying sound from behind Anabi, which made you even more worried. Jimin is missing. He's nowhere to be found. Please come. What? You shouted, gaining everyone's attention in the meeting room. You immediately stood up and ran out of the room with Yoongi following you. You entered the living room and found Anabi and Jungkook crying. Jungkook, what's wrong? Nona, Jimin, he's gone. He said this morning that if you did this job, he would leave, and then he just disappeared. You held your head in frustration. Feeling a sense of desperation wash over you, Yoongi arrived looking concerned. What's going on? Jimin is missing. How? What the hell were the guards doing? I have to find him. I will send my man to find him. He won't come back. He doesn't like this. I will go alone to find him. You walk towards the door, but then look at your gun and throw it on the ground. Please God, help me find him. I'm leaving everything behind right now. Saying that, you ran out of the room. Yoongi Hoyoung, don't worry, okay? I'm going after her. Nothing will happen to Ryan or Jimin. Saying that, Yoongi also ran out of the room, following you. You drove through the rain-soaked streets, your heart racing with every passing minute. You had been searching for Yoongi for hours, but there was no sign of him anywhere. You were starting to lose hope. As you stopped at a red light, you let out a frustrated sigh and wiped away the tears that had been streaming down your face. You couldn't bear the thought of losing Jimin. As you gaze out into the rain, your eyes fell on a small patch of flowers by the side of the road. They were swinging gently in the breeze, dancing in the rain. Something about the sight struck a chord in you. You suddenly remembered the flower shop where you and Jimmy used to live. You hadn't thought of it in years, but something about the flower brought it back to your mind. Without hesitation, you turned the car around the drive towards the flower shop. You had a feeling that Jimmy might be there. As you arrived at the shop, you saw it was still open, despite the late hour. You rushed inside, your heart pounding with excitement and worry. Jimin, you call out, your voice shaking with emotion. There was no answer, but you saw a figure in the back room. Your heart skipped a beat as you realized it was Jimin. Jimin, he turned back and said, leave me alone. I'm sorry, please, Jimin. I'm so sorry. I swear I will never touch those things. I swear I will never go to any mafia stuff. Please come back. Don't leave me. I can't live without you all. Please. Promise? Promise. He said while crying and immediately hugged Jimin, who also started sobbing. After that day, you decided to leave everything behind for the sake of your brothers. You didn't meet with Yoongi nor anyone else. Instead, you moved away from the city to the countryside, knowing that you had many enemies who would take advantage of your situation. 6 months passed, and you worked hard to make ends meet. Finally, after all your efforts, you were able to afford the surgery of both of your brothers. He stood in front of Jungkook, his eyes covered in bandages from yesterday's surgery. Today was the day the bandages would come off, and you couldn't wait to see his reaction. You couldn't help but worry about Jimin, who was about to go into surgery. As the nurses carefully removed the bandages, Jungkook slowly opened his eyes, squinting at the bright light. He looked around, taking in the unfamiliar surroundings and the people around him. The doctor asked if he was okay, and Jungkook nodded, a bright smile spreading across his face. I can see, he exclaimed, his voice filled with wonder. You immediately hugged him, tears of joy streaming down your face. Suki, finally you can see, you said, your voice trembling with emotion. Jungkook broke free from the hug and cupped your face, his eyes shining with excitement. I can see you, Nonawan, he said, his eyes full of air. You chuckled through your tears, overwhelmed with happiness. Wow, the world is beautiful, Jungkook said, his eyes wide with wonder. It's just the hospital room, you haven't seen the real world yet, you replied, smiling. As the doctor checked on Jungkook, you couldn't help but worry about Jimin, who was still in surgery. Your heart was filled with anxieties. After a few hours, Jimin was brought out of the operating theater, but he was still unconscious. The doctor and nurses transferred him to the same room as Jungkook, placing him on the other bed. He had some complication during the surgery, but he will regain conscience soon, don't worry. You nodded, trying to appear calm, and sat beside Jimin, gently holding his hand. Jungkook, now able to see, came over to the bed and smiled weakly at Jimin. My brother, he will be fine, right, Nana? Don't worry. He will be fine. As night fell, Jimin remained in the same state, unconscious and still. He sighed, feeling anxiety and worried, and went over to Jungkook's bed. Nona, come here. You lay down beside him, hugging him tightly, and Jungkook wrapped his arm around you, holding you close. Don't worry, Nona. Jimin will be okay. You never try to hide your worries, but your mind was racing with concern and fears. As Jungkook fell asleep, you remained awake, your eyes wide open, watching over Jimin and praying for his speedy recovery. The next day, you entered the room with some belongings and found Jungkook eating fruits, accompanied by Anabi. However, Jimin was nowhere to be seen. Where's Jimin? The doctor came and took him for a checkup on a wheelchair. He was still unconscious. We became worried and searched every room, but Jimin was nowhere to be found. As you exited the room, your phone buzzed. The unknown ID made your heart race. Worried about your dear brother? Don't worry, he's sleeping peacefully with me. Who are you? The caller hung up, leaving you frustrated and worried. You jumped into your car and started driving, unsure of where to go. Anabi called, her eyes panicked. Ryan, Jungkook, some people took him away. What? You slammed the steering wheel in frustration, your mind racing. The unknown ID called again. Now both your brothers are here. Who are you? The one who wants to destroy you. Guess who I am, and I will reveal my location. You thought back to your enemies, but the voice seemed familiar. Suddenly you remembered. Lucas? Wow! Brilliant, Mafia Queen. Come to my penthouse if you want your brothers back. The call ended and you sped towards Lucas' penthouse, knowing you had to act fast to save your brothers. You arrived at the penthouse and some guards stopped you. They called Lucas and gave the permission to let you. Sir, she's here. Let her come in. You rushed inside and found Jungkook and Jimin. Jungkook was tied to a chair and Jimin was laying on the couch. You ran to Jungkook first. Are you okay, Cookie? I'm scared. Shh, don't worry. Then you ran to Jimin and lightly slapped his cheek to wake him up. Jimin. Jimin slowly opened his eyes, hissing as the bright light hit him. Nona? Oh my god, thank god you're fine. I can see you. Jimna. Jimin looked at Jungkook. Cookie? We can see. Yeah. But where are we? Why are you tied up? You were relieved that both Jungkook and Jimin were awake and able to see, but you knew you had to get them out of there as soon as possible. Just as you were about to make a move, a voice echoed from behind and Lucas emerged, a sleek grin spreading across his face. Now that the family reunion is done, can we talk? Why did you bring them here? Why? Are you afraid? Don't worry, I haven't harmed them yet. But you, my dear, are a different story. Your death is written in the cards, and I am the who's going to make it happen. With an evil chuckle, Lucas pointed a gun at you, his eyes gleaming with sinister intensity. You won't get away with this, Lucas. Oh, but I already have. You see, I have been planning this for a long time, and nothing can stop me now. Not even you, Mafia Queen. The air was thick with tension as Lucas' finger hovered over the trigger, your heart racing with fear for your life and the lives of your brothers. You suddenly smirked and Lucas looked confused. Do you think you can kill me? What? I'm the Mafia Queen, and I don't fall for tricks like this. Just then, a loud noise exploded. A man appeared shooting at Lucas' guards. Lucas tried to run, but Yoongi showed up and punched him. You think you can run? Sugar! You quickly freed Jungkook and grabbed Jimin's hand. What's happening? Nona, what's going on? Reassured them. Don't worry, I have got this. I called Yoongi because I know Lucas was setting a trap. Let's get out of here. You led them to Alex's car. Alex, take them to safety. Where are you going? Yoongi needs me. I will be back. But Nona, you interrupted. I'm sorry, Jimin. I promised you. But I have to save Yoongi now. We took a gun from Alex and ran into the fight to help Yoongi. You rushed inside to find Yoongi engaged in a battle with Lucas. You joined the fight and together you and Yoongi managed to knock Lucas out. The rest of Lucas' men were also defeated and the room fell silent. After many months, my queen, but I'm glad you called me. You smiled and nodded in agreement, but suddenly a loud gunshot echoed through the penthouse hall, shattering the calm, and you turned to see Lucas still laying on the floor, holding a gun. Your eyes widened in horror as you realized what had happened. You looked at Yoongi, who was clutching his stomach, his shirt now wet with red blood. Your heart raced as you rushed to his side. Yoongi's man quickly ran to Lucas, snatched the gun from him, and shot him. You cradled Yoongi in your arms as he fell, his eyes locked on yours. My queen, I'm glad I could protect you. You held him close, tears streaming down your face as you prayed for his safety. As Yoongi's eyes floated close, he fainted and you were consumed by panic. You cried out in desperation, shouting to Yoongi's man, "Take him to the hospital now!" Yoongi's men sprang into action, quickly lifting him into his arms and rushing him to the car. You followed close behind, your heart racing with worry, and climbed into the car beside him. He grabbed Yoongi's hand tightly, your eyes fixed on his pale face as the car sped away to the hospital. Yoongi slowly opened his eyes, groggily taking in the unfamiliar feeling. He looked around trying to remember where he was and spotted Jimin sitting on the couch near the window. Ayung, are you okay? Yeah, where am I? You are in our house. You have been unconscious for 3 days. Yoongi's eyes widened in shock as he tried to sit up, but a voice stopped him. Don't move, you haven't healed yet. You entered the room and sat beside Yoongi on the bed. Jimin got up and walked out, leaving the two of you alone. Yoongi looked at you, confusion and concern etched on his face. What happened? How did I get here? You smiled softly and took his hand, reassuring him. You are safe now, just rest and recover. I'm so sorry, I don't remember what happened. Did I get hurt? You were shot, but you are going to be okay. You're safe now. Shot? Who did it? Lucas, but he can't hurt you anymore. Thank you. Thank you for saving me. Of course, my love, I will always protect you. My love? I like the sound of that. I'm so glad you liked it. Because I love you, Yoongi, with all my heart. I love you too, my queen. My king. You are my everything. And you are mine, forever and always. You lean in and gently kiss Yoongi's forehead, and he smiles, his eyes shining with love and adoration. I'm so grateful for you. For us? Me too, my love. Me too. He pulled out of the embrace and looked at Yoongi, smiling softly. Let's go off. You must be hungry and need energy too. You helped him up, and as he saw Anabi sitting on a chair, he smiled. Jungkook was running around, laughing and chasing after a butterfly. Jimin was screaming, afraid of the butterfly, and running away from Jungkook. Yoongi chuckled and sat down on the chair, taking in the beautiful view of the mountains and greenery. This is so peaceful, he said, closing his eyes and breathing in deeply. You sat down beside him, taking his hand in yours. I'm so glad you like it. We needed this after everything we have been through. Yoongi opened his eyes and looked at you, his gaze soft and loving. I'm just glad to be here with you. You make every moment beautiful. You smiled, feeling your heart flutter at his word. You make me feel the same way, you said, squeezing his hand gently. As you sat there together, watching Jungkook and Jimin play, you felt a sense of peace and happiness wash over you. This was what you had been fighting for, this moment of tranquility and love, and you knew that as long as you had Yoongi by your side, you could face anything that came your way.